Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian, and I am your psychic queer bestie. And I have a reading for you. This is going to be a reading for the Scorpio full moon that's going to be happening tonight. So if you feel called to stick around, stick around. As always, take what resonates and leave what does not. I guess we're doing 5 cards. It'll be a little bit of a longer reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through email or form submission on my website as well. I stream tarot 3 days a week on Twitch, so you can find me on there as well. I'm still kind of new to YouTube, so it's still feels a little off for me to be like, if you like my content, like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. So if you like the way I read, or if you just want to stick around, throw a like, throw a sub, if you want to be one of the girls. But let's get into this. Right off the bat, I have some funny things coming through. And the name Laurel keeps coming through, like Laurel, Laurel, Laurel. But also Bugs Bunny. Maybe you're Laurel and you have a child and you recently watched Bugs Bunny. I truly have no idea why. It's coming through, but it's coming through okay, Space Jam as well. You could really have children. This is a lot of children stuff. I might be reading for a collective of moms right now, but okay, let's get into this reading, guys. Let's see what's going on. Bottom of our deck is our challenge because it represents what we're not seeing. As far as the Scorpio moon, I feel like this is kind of what is the moon bringing up for you? What is it kind of calling on you to heal, You've got the Hermit, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, and you've got the Chariot. The Knight of Swords is there as well. For a lot of you, this challenge, what the moon is kind of forcing you to look at, is a very big hyper-independence sort of response here. It's a very big, I'm not going to let anyone in, and I'm not going to let anyone know what's going on with me, and I'm not going to accept help from anyone. There's a lot here of from a young age, a lot of you probably learned that family or the people around you, it doesn't have to be family, we're unsafe is almost how this is coming through. It's this feeling of well, I can't really trust you with this. So with that Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles, you're well, I'll just go inward. I'll deal with it myself. A lot of weird shit coming through. The Umbrella Academy. I just heard that really loud. Maybe you watched it recently. I don't know. But with the Chariot here, I feel like you learn to rely very heavily on yourself. And now I feel like you're reaching a point where the moon is bringing this up really heavily for you, because you've reached a point where you're okay, if I want to move forward, I need to actually ask for help. This is how this is coming through. Some of you could feel isolated within your community, I'm hearing. Even though you have a community, you don't know how to lean into it. So it's creating this friction within you of okay, I have people that are here that can help me, but how do I ask for it? How do I reach out? How do I human to human connect with someone? So interesting. Let's get into it. You start with the Devil and the Strength card. So I feel like some of you need to recognize that this hyper independence has actually hurt you a lot more than you're really willing to look at right now. It feels like a lot of you are sitting in this place of okay, I know this is bad for me. Okay, this is such a weird example, but smoking cigarettes, you're I know this is bad for me, but I can't seem to stop doing it. It does feel almost like you could struggle with addiction here. The Devil is a card about addiction, but I feel so more you're more so addicted to the belief system of everyone is against me, or people don't want to help me. This ties very heavily into a lot of you feeling you're a burden, is how I'm hearing it. You don't ask for help because you're well, I don't want to burden anyone with what's going on with me. That's the hyper independent speaking, babe. That's not your brain talking. That's the trauma. Because you've got Death in the reverse with the Three of Wands. So the moon is kind of calling you out, is what I'm going to say tonight. I feel like it's really telling you with the Death in the reverse, that's a lack of ego death. It's a lack of, it's a lack of change, for a very simple way to put it. But with Three of Wands as well, it's just this feeling of, I'm not getting anywhere. I almost feel like they're showing me a car like spinning its wheels in like mud, you know, or like ice, you know, when you try to get through like heavy snow or heavy ice and you're just kind of like spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and not getting anywhere. That's where a lot of you feel, because you've got your last card here in the top row is the Nine of Wands. So a lot of you are sitting in this place of like, okay, like I'm hurt, I'm wounded, I'm upset about this, and I don't really know where to go from here. Ooh, I almost just dropped the whole fucking deck there. Damn. Why? Can you tell me more about this first row, please? Yeah, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups in the reverse. We're struggling to love ourselves today, babe. Or maybe not today, but in general, the moon is bringing that up for you. Yeah, Six of Cups. This is really heavy childhood wounding for a lot of you. Six of Pentacles is at the bottom here. So sixes could be important. But you've got the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. A lot of you, I'm hearing like emotionally negligent. You could have had an emotionally negligent maternal figure here for you. It doesn't have to be a mother. We're not all raised by mothers. But this could be especially difficult for you right now because we just passed Mother's Day. So that wound could be really exacerbated. And this struggle that you're having of like, okay, how do I love myself through this? How do I see my bad habits? Remember, we're talking about like cigarettes. You know, how do I see my bad habit, acknowledge that this isn't good for me, but then still love myself through it is where you're kind of at here. You know, I feel like that's what you need to focus on a little bit more right now is that process of like, okay, well, I still have to love myself. You know, the way I'm hearing this is it doesn't always start with love on the first step. You know, if you're new to Collective and you haven't heard me talk about this before, I talk about it a lot, especially on Twitch, but I grew up in a household where like my worth was directly dependent on my weight. And so I didn't start with like body love or body acceptance. It started with body neutrality for me. They're giving me that same energy for you guys in this collective. It doesn't always start with, oh my God, I'm in love with myself today. It starts with neutrality, you know, like I am a person today. I have things to do. I interact with people. I have a life. I'm out there. You know, it's not going to be 100 off the bat. And I feel like a lot of you need to release perfectionism to understand that. Yeah, Five of Cups in the reverse and the Lovers. I feel like with the Lovers here, this is less about romantic and more so about Five of Cups in reverse is a positive card because it's about like, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, the Five of Cups is someone crying over they've spilled 3 cups, but they don't realize they have 2 cups right behind them. And then at the 2 cups behind them is also a road to a castle. So this is very heavy. Five of Cups in reverse is like, okay, yeah, I spilled these 3 cups, but like, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to grab my 2 cups. I'm going to head the other way and I'm going to get to somewhere better. Okay. That's what this energy is with the Lovers. The Lovers is the choice card. This isn't like you're finding love tonight. This is like, okay, you have to choose to want to move on. You have to choose to want to do better, to be better. You know, that's what this really is. In your second row here, you've got the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords. I feel like part of this, we talk a lot about this on the channel, but like, if you want new, you have to give up old. And I feel like that's a big, heavy, like, burden on a lot of you right now. Again, that word burden coming up, it keeps coming up. You got to stop using that word. Unless it's like a real burden, you know, like you are not the burden, it's things burdening you. But with that Ten of Swords here and the Ace of Swords, a lot of you, I think, are also recognizing that like this next stage of your life does not involve a lot of people or a lot of like groups or ways of thinking, and that's a really scary place to be. You know, I feel like a lot of you, this ego death that's coming, it's a really heavy one, you know, because it's that recognition of I am not who I used to be. With that Ten of Swords, the way I'm hearing it is like, well, this is how my old self would have reacted, and my new self can't afford to react like that, you know? It's the example is like, you know, I get really bad. I'll use myself as an example because it's to make it really obvious. My seasonal depression hits in the summer. I don't like the heat. I overheat really easily. And so I don't like the summer, and I tend to get like very depressed and very like hermity in the summer. And so how I always phrase it to myself is like, well, old Brian would have done X. New Brian, healed Brian, is going to do Y instead. That's how you guys need to start thinking about this. The old version of you would have crammed yourself up in your house, not asked for any help, and struggled to deal with whatever this is for a month. The new version of you, the Fool, is going to take that leap of faith, is going to throw herself off the fucking cliff, because it's better than sitting in her house wallowing and not knowing how to deal with things herself, okay? Because your last two cards here, the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, babe, I don't know who needs to hear this, but people want to help you. People want to care for you. People want to help you. People want to be in your life. You are wanted. I don't know how else to say. That's going to be the title of this fucking video, okay? You are wanted. Allow yourself to be seen, to be wanted, to be heard, and to be validated by people, okay? You have a 10 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck again. A lot of this is family. A lot of this is like generational curse breaking. But a lot of you have this feeling of like, well, I'm not wanted. That comes from the family. You have to deconstruct that. You know, it's deeper than that. It's not just, well, nobody wants me. You know, there's the way I'm hearing it is like there's systems in place or were in place when you were a child that created that atmosphere for you, created that idea of like, oh, well, I'm unwantable, I'm undesirable, you know? Can you get a little bit more about this, please? A little bit more. Page of Wands, you can't make it up, is the inner child for fucking sure. Thank you. 7 of Cups. This moon is hitting y'all with all these cup cards. 7 of Cups, 8 of Wands. It's a self-worth issue as well. Y'all getting walloped by this moon, okay? This is really bringing in, the moon is really highlighting for you all the places where your negative self-talk is impacting you. Specifically in this area of like, well, why would they want to help me? I'm not worth it. Why are you telling that to yourself? You would never say that to one of your friends, right? Let's say your friend, I don't know, Courtney comes up to you and she's like, oh my God, I'm so worthless. Like, I'm not going to get into this school that I want. You would never allow her to talk that way about herself, would you? No, you wouldn't. So why are you allowing yourself to talk about you that way? Well, why would they help me? 7 of Cups, 8 of Wands. You're like, well, there must be an alternate reason they want something from me because I don't deserve the help unless I'm putting something else in here. Okay, this is not, you view things very transactionally. This is not one of those moments of like, oh, I put a quarter in and I get a piece of love out. Okay, this is like the people around you, six of Wands and the Empress at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, babe, whoever you are, you're a light for people. Okay, they want to help you. They want to be around you. They would not be participating in your life if they did not want to be. Okay, right now this moon is bringing up all of this for you so you can purge it, so you can let go of it. Because this is what's stopping you from reaching out. It's just you. It's not people telling you, oh, your problems are too severe for me, you know, or, oh, I don't really want to help you with that. It's you telling yourself that, well, they don't want to help me. They don't want to be around me. They don't want to participate in these things with me. Babe, if they're showing up, why? If they're showing up to it, wait, my guides are confusing me with how they're saying this to me. Because you keep asking, well, why would they be here? If they're showing up, doesn't that mean they want to be there? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like my guides are using the example of like field day in like elementary school. If I didn't want to go to field day, I'm not showing the fuck up. Okay? If your friends don't want to support you, then why would they be showing up? You know, it's very obvious when people don't want to support us. Okay, you have people here that are consistently showing up for you and telling you that they want to support you. But the problem is you don't believe it. You know, I could sit here and tell you this all day and tell you every single person in your life wants to support you. But if you don't believe it, then what's the point? Yeah, Justice, bottom of the deck here. Can I pick the cards up, please? Thank you. Yeah, you've got the 6 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the 4 of Wands. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, people are more committed to you than you really understand, okay? Your community is more committed to you than you're really giving yourself credit for here. There's a lot of people, the way I'm hearing it is there's a lot of people that are waiting to show up for you. You just have to open the door, okay? This moon feels like you're going to be in your feels a lot, okay? It's Scorpio, death and rebirth. That's why the death card is here. We're absolutely getting our ass beat, okay? I've got a Scorpio moon. I get it. I'm in the club with you right now, okay? But there's a lot to purge here so that you can start fresh. You know, come home to yourself again, okay? You've absolutely got this. Roll with the punches. This moon is going to be a bit brutal. I feel it for you. Cry, scream, go to a rage room, throw shit, you know, like do whatever you keep yourself safe if you're throwing shit, but like do what you have to do to get this emotion out, to start fresh, to peel these layers of yourself off and toss them aside so new ones can be born. Okay, you guys have absolutely got this. All right, I will end the reading here. I hope it was helpful. If you like the way I read, if you want to hang around, you can subscribe, be one of the girlies. And I will leave you guys with this. And I hope you have a fabulous full moon. And I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.